Hello, I'm Carmen Braden. I'm talking to you from still snowy Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories, and I wrote the seed nose for Duo Concertante's Ecology of Being project. So while I was writing the piece, I had a few things in my mind that you could also keep in your mind while you hear the piece. So I was reading this cool book about plant sentience. I highly recommend it. And plants are actually now, we know, a lot more aware and responsive than current science credits them for. So that was a great read. And I was, and still am, quite pregnant with that. So the ecology of being's concept of what are we leaving the next generation, that was already quite strong in my mind and the body. And so the title comes from a sense of trusting the perfection and the imperfections of creatures in their very first form, whether they're tiny humans or tiny plant seeds. They already know how to survive and be the best part of the world that they can be. So on to the music. So I took a visual interpretation of a seed. Let me just find it here. Where are you? There it is. So first a plant, there's the plant as it grows, and it's kind of symmetrical, the root structure and whatever's above it, and then here's the seed itself. So here's a little seed, and then I kind of flipped it on its side, and then I made that into like a visual interpretation of music, and then it ended up looking like that in the actual score. And so there's an inner core that's always the same throughout the piece, and that's like the DNA that's repeating. So, but there's always flaws and mutations, evolution, changes, experiments, and so you'll hear change throughout the piece. The harmonic shell around that core is always growing and shifting, and that core itself changes as well. You'll hear the timbres and slow pitches changing as the piece moves on. So there's a lot of room for interpretation in the piece, and I'm really excited to hear where Nancy and Tim take it. So thank you guys for the commission, and thank you to you for listening to me dig in the piece. So I'm gonna go have a baby soon, but in the meantime, here's my view.